Hello folks, I'm James and this is a short evening Qigong practice to help you unwind a little bit, just to settle your nervous system in the evening or before bed. You don't need anything to practice with for this practice, but you might have a couple cushions to one side. We'll start standing, but we're going to finish close to the ground, which is hopefully good news. So if you come to stand, and just make sure you have enough space around you to take your arms out. I live in a really small space, so you have to clear a bit of room sometimes. As you come to stand, just take your feet a little bit wider than your hips to begin, kind of almost as wide as your shoulders. And for a moment, you just flick out the fingers. Yeah, just flick out the fingertips for a moment, and then shrug the shoulders, and drop your shoulders, shrug your shoulders, drop your shoulders, shrug your shoulders, and drop your shoulders for a sec. Oh. Sometimes it's all it takes, right? Some days it's more. For now though, replant your feet, and just for a moment, could you rock side to side? And as you rock, could you allow your knees to be a little soft and bouncy? It's a little bit like you're exploring the outside and the inside edges of the feet. And then starting to circle the hips, which also allows your feet to really feel into the ground, this quality of the earth, of rootedness, which is a really important part of our Qigong practice. And then circle the other way. And from here, bring your hands to your hips, and rather than circling your hips, could you draw a figure 8? So imagine you're tracing a figure 8 loop with your hips. And again, your feet will lift and move in response. Your knees are soft. Think of this as a kind of an evening clearing for the legs and the hips and the lower spine. So Qi-gong, as you may know or may not know, depending whether you're new to the practice, it really uses lots of repetitive, slow and quite circular movements. And our feeling is that these feel really good in the joints and in the body. The repetition kind of slowly works to help release and create space. It softens things. In the same way that the ocean or the river might smooth a rough stone into a smooth, polished pebble, it does so slowly over time. The same with the practice. So see if you go the other way, which is sometimes trickier than you first think. Thinking of this practice really as a soft, moving meditation. If you feel a bit silly, don't worry, it's only me. Sense how this rhythmic movement might help free up your lower back if you've had a long day. And then come back to center. So from here, turn to one side and just allow your right arm to kind of hang down. Actually, I'll turn this way, I'll mirror you. So allow your right arm to hang down. And then with the knees quite soft, still bouncy knees, slowly take your arm forwards in a big circle. Turn your palm out as you come to the top and take the arm back around. This is circling. And what I'm doing here is I'm really trying hard to keep my chest facing forwards, so I don't kind of glamorously open it out to the side. I'm going to try and keep my chest facing forwards. So I'm moving as much as I can from the shoulder joint itself. And then going the other way, so let the palm turn inwards as it lowers down. Let the palm turn out as you lift the hand up. And then come back down and moving to the other side. So just circling slowly, but really feeling into the shoulder joint. Notice if there's part of the movement where you kind of want to go fast or you lose the control. Be interested in that point. A moving meditation. And really what we're doing is mapping out the body in space as we do this. This quality, sometimes called cortical mapping, the way the brain maps out movement of the pattern in the body. Go the other way. And sometimes it's perhaps not so much that muscles are tight and joints don't work and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes it really can just be that we don't really have a clear movement map. We don't have the awareness in that area of the body to be able to move more freely. So cultivating that awareness here. So come back to center. So for a moment, drop your left ear towards left shoulder. I'm mirroring you. And wiggle out your right arm. And then go the other way. And then one more time each side. Slow, simple movements. So come back to center. So from here, we're going to shake a little bit. And it's a funny practice that it can really help kind of settle things. We imagine that the shake starts in the feet. So your toes begin to quiver, getting excited. And the legs begin to shake a little bit. Your knees are still soft. And that shake spreads up irresistibly towards your hips and your pelvis. And as your hips shake, the spine goes and the shoulders until you get a little rhythm with it. And there's a real art to shaking. So how can you maintain the shake at the same time as releasing as much effort as possible? So how much can you really let the arms go, the shoulders go, everything feel a little bit silly, if it feels a little bit awkward, shake that off as well, get rid of that. And the sense that you can shake off the frustrations of the day, the stuff that comes up. You could take a few big breaths out as you do that. Flick your day off your fingers. Wiggling around a little bit. And start to find positions that feel good. Maybe it's bending forwards a little bit. Maybe it's lifting the chest. Really let your arms go. And the tongue be soft. Just another 5 seconds. And the count of 3, we're going to stand very still. So 3, 2, take a big breath out. 1, Let your eyes close for a moment. And how do you feel? Just allow space for whatever comes up. Okay. So one last thing we'll do standing in this really simple practice is a clearing practice. I find it super helpful for the end of the day before bed. It's a nice way to kind of mentally settle things down. So as you come to stand again, feet shoulder width apart, a little bit narrower maybe. Let your arms hang by the sides of the body. The knees are a little bit soft. The crown of your head is lifting up gently. Turn your palms out towards the sides. And just following this movement, lift your arms either side of you up and overhead. Elbows a little bit soft. Let your fingers face each other, particularly the middle fingers. And then gently draw your hands down through the center line of your body, passing in front of the face, the heart, the lower belly, sometimes known as the lower dantian, the reservoir of power and strength in the lower belly. And now this time we add intention. Intention is really important in our practice. Anything that's holding you back, anything that's frustrating you, could you gather that up in your arms, collect it all? The baggage, the things which are difficult, scoop it up. And now clear that out. Give yourself permission to put it down. Permission to let it go. Feel the tide line of all that stuff sinking down, 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 down into the ground. Let's do that twice more. Arms lift. Scoop up anything that it's time to let go of. The things that no longer serve you. Clear it out. And just in case you missed anything, gather the efforts, the stresses, the energies of the day, and with the hands, press it out. Give yourself the great, great gift of rest. So this time, same arm movement, different intention. We're going to gather things which make us feel good, things which make us feel peaceful or calm or settled. If an image or a thought comes to mind, go with that if it resonates with you, if it helps you feel calm. Maybe it's the image of a landscape or the ocean, maybe the face of a loved one or a dear friend. And feel the beauty of that feeling, of that intention into your whole form. And this last one, sealing it all in, like you could create a golden aura of light around you. Fingertips painting a great sphere or orb of light, shining all around your whole form, nourishing you, preparing you for rest, for sweet, deep, replenishing sleep. And then releasing your hands and standing. So before you come to lie down, you might for a moment just take your hands to the back of your hips, lift your chest, lean back a little bit, and then bend your knees and fold forwards. If it feels good, you could catch your elbows, take a little rock side to side, swaying it out. And then coming down, and if you feel ready to lie down and rest now, then by all means, please do stop here and allow yourself to rest. Otherwise, you might find your cushions something to sit up onto. Just come into a position which is easy or comfortable as is reasonable. It could be a chair, doesn't have to be on the floor. Just find a comfortable, supported position and rest the hands somewhere at the front of the body. So with that intention of having cleared things out, filled good things in, and sealed everything in together, just finishing with a heart nourishing practice. So bring your hands just in front of the heart, the area of the heart, palms face towards each other. I like to think of the hands as this balance of yang and yin. They're not totally inactive, not totally kind of relaxed, but they're also not super electric and vibrant. Somewhere between the two. Hands are relaxed, but also slightly aware, just a little bit open, the way that flowers open, kind of a moment of activity but softness, hands opening like flowers, and having them facing each other. You might close your eyes as your hands float just a few inches apart from one another. Your breath steady and smooth and deep. Roll your shoulders back for a moment, let them drop. Let everything drop. You might sense a little warmth between the hands. You might imagine there's a gentle glowing light between them. Maybe a particular colour comes to mind. Maybe it's a pink or a deep purple or green or blue or an orange. Just imagining light glowing softly like embers between the hands. You might sense that this is the energy of the heart, the quality of the heart, soft glow. And very slowly start to separate the hands out a little bit. And gently press the hands towards each other in a very kind, tender way. Just expanding the hands outwards and gently back in. So imagine this light, this quality of your heart, of ebbing and flowing and pulsing softly. Perhaps like the waves of the ocean, or a gentle breeze in a summer's evening. Next time your hands start to come in, you might gently rest the hands at the heart, one on top of the other. Then open the hands out, like you could offer a little love and compassion outwards. At the same time, receive it back through the palms and bring as much as what you give out back, if not more. Kind of offering out from the heart and receiving gratefully back. Acknowledging this great capacity of the heart to both give and receive, but also to hold paradox. A very close friend of mine and a teacher, Mimi, you may know, she says the heart has this capacity to hold paradox, which the head doesn't. The heart can be open and expansive and free, and also it can be courageous and protective and strong at the same time. So offering kindness, compassion to yourself, and also offering it out to others. Just taking one more. Here, allow your hands to rest tenderly in front of your heart. Bow your head a little bit to your heart. Take a smooth breath in and a gentle sigh out. So as you release your hands, we'll close practice there. Hopefully a little bit more clear space, a little bit more calm. And this quality of cultivating the things which are important before bedtime. That whilst we sleep, that kind of goes in, nourishes and nurtures us. And so we awake in the world with a strong, open, compassionate heart. So thank you so much. I wish you a beautiful evening and a sweet sleep. And of course, please do leave me comments. Let me know if you'd like anything specific in future videos. I'm here of service for you and really trying to help bring a sense of balance and calm through these practices to others, which have brought so much calm and balance to me. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you.